Percy and his trouble with the trucks again. It was November on the island of Sodor. Percy had to pull a goods train. Henry also had to help Percy up Gordon's Hill. They passed through Edward Station because Gordon's Hill was right next to it. Soon they made it their way to Gordon's Hill. "Come on, Percy," said Henry. "Pull harder." "I'm trying," said Percy. "It's these troubles of trucks that's trying to cause trouble again." Percy remembered the last time when the trucks pushed him right up the hill. And he didn't want it to happen to him again. I'm almost there," he said to himself. Soon, Percy made it up to Gordon's Hill. Phew," said Percy. "I am out of breath." And sure he was. Sweat covered his face. "Percy," said Henry, are you there yet?" "I am now," said Percy. You can let me go now. I can take care of these trucks the rest of the way." "Are you sure?" said Henry. "I can manage," Henry said Percy. "All right," said Henry, "but I'll be watching." Henry uncoupled from the caboose, and set off. "Wow," said Percy. "That was tough." "Indeed it was," said his driver. "You did a fantastic job, Percy, and let's get this train to the harbor." "Okay," said Percy. And Percy set off with the trucks. But he didn't know Henry was still right behind him. "Wow," said Percy, "this is really easy." But the trucks was about to get ready for their plan. Percy," said his driver as Percy came down Gordon's Hill, "are you sure you still need some help with these trucks?" "Oh, nah," said Percy. "I can handle these trucks without them pushing me off the rails. I mean, they did last time." The trucks, however, were very cross. Said one of them. Last time we got Percy right off the rails again." Indeed, said a back truck, but it was that bad truck. He got scrapped. "Hey," said the third truck, "we should push Percy right off the rails again." "Nah," said a fourth truck. "I think it's too troublesome, if you get what I mean." "But what should we do?" "We should give him a giant bump." "Yes," said the truck. Percy, meanwhile, heard everything what the trucks had said. "I have heard all of that," said Percy crossly. "And if you trucks push you off the rails one more time, I will for sure." But Percy didn't get a chance to finish. On, said the truck. The trucks pushed Percy past Great Waterton Station. "Oh dear," said Percy. "Help!" Percy braked hard like ever before. But there was a switch up ahead. "Oh no!" Luckily, no one was hurt. But poor Percy laid on his side. "Ha," said the trucks. "We got him finally good." Henry has seen everything. "Oh dear, Percy, are you okay?" "I'm okay," said Percy. "It's these trucks' fault." "I knew these trucks were going to cause trouble again." "And even so, they got the revenge on you because of the other truck that pushed you really hard." "You're right about that. But anyways, I'm gonna go get help." And Henry puffed away. "Why would you trucks do such a thing like that?" We're only doing this to teach you a lesson. What lesson? I didn't even do nothing to you trucks. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And soon, Percy and the trucks began to argue. They argue and argue until Henry bought the breakdown train. And Sir Topham Hatt. Silence! Now what happened here, Percy? It's these trucks' fault, sir. They were pushing me as soon as I got down Gordon's Hill. And when we came around the switch corner here, they pushed me right off the rails once again. Just like that truck that pushed me off the rails the last time. Dear, oh dear, Percy. Looks like you have to go through the works. And as for you trucks, I am very ashamed of you. Pushing an engine off the wheels while they were making great time. You all should be ashamed of yourselves. Sorry, sir, said the trucks. Now, until Henry gets you back onto the rails, you four, well, not actually four, you all gonna go back to the shelter yards and think about how to be a responsible truck. The trucks didn't say a word after that, but then glared at Percy. All right, said Sir Topham Hatt. Henry, get these trucks back onto the rails and take Percy to the works. Yes, sir, said Henry. When Percy came back for the works, he thanked Henry. Thank you very much, Henry, for helping me with these trucks. If it wasn't for you, these trucks would have caused me to crash once more. No worries, Percy, said Henry. That's what friends are for. They help each other. And after that, Percy and Henry began to chat until they once went to sleep.
The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. There are lots and lots of engines. Who's that puffing along the track? It's Percy. Percy is a tank engine. He is green with 4 wheels. He has the number 6 painted on his bunker. Percy is the smallest of all the engines at Tidmouth, but he works just as hard as the big engines. His special job is pulling the mail cars. This job makes him very proud. Percy is also very proud of the island of Sodor. One day, he was asked by Sir Topham Hatt to take a famous artist round the island. The artist wanted to paint a picture of the spirit of Sodor. Percy took the famous artist to Norramby Beach, to Shen Valley, and at last to Knapford Station. But the famous artist didn't want to paint any of them. That made Percy very cross. He wished his theme so hard that the famous artist's hat flew into the air. Suddenly, the famous artist knew exactly what he wanted to paint. He wanted to paint Percy. Percy was surprised. Because Percy is the smallest engine, the big engines sometimes tell him what to do. So it was a very special day for Percy when he could tell them what to do. One day, Lady Hatt told Percy to be in charge. Sir Topham Hatt was sick. Percy had to tell James and Gordon and Toby what to do. Sometimes Percy gets things muddled up, so Percy listened very hard to Lady Hatt. Percy felt very proud to be controller for the day. He couldn't wait to tell the engines what to do. Grandly, Percy told James to be a busy bee, Gordon to pull very slow coaches, and Toby to pull the express. Later, Percy puffed off to check on his engines. Gordon was puffing very slowly. James was painted yellow and black. The children thought he looked like a giant stripy bee. And Toby was using all his steam to pull the express. Gordon, James, and Toby saw that all the children were laughing at them. That made them very unhappy. Percy felt terrible. He had muddled everything up. He didn't know how to unmuddle it. Luckily, Thomas came to help Percy. Together, they put everything right. When Sir Topham had arrived, he was very pleased. Whenever Percy is in trouble, he knows his friend Thomas will help him. That makes Percy very happy. And Percy, more than anything else, is a very happy little engine.